everybody, welcome back to Fox's Best Laid Plans. Welcome back to another Powersheets video. Yes, I'm still doing Powersheets. It's been a rocky year for a number of reasons. Number one, I feel like my time is all over the place, so I really have gotten behind on things. But number two, I always do front-facing Powersheets videos, and I have not felt very front-facey lately. I feel different when I'm doing my vlog because it's like casual and I'm holding the camera and I'm not, so I have, but I think people like it better when it's front facing for a Powersheets video. And also my camera that I typically film with, I cannot find the charger for the battery, and so it has been dead for months now. So I'm filming on my DSLR that I film my plan with me's on, so I apologize if it's blurry or the lighting's not right. Try to get it right. Let's hope. So anyway, we are back with Powersheets. Okay, so if you're unfamiliar with Powersheets, this is what I'm using. It's a goal setting planner. I get the 1 year dated Powersheets. I get them every December, and we do the prep work, and then I can show you the prep work if you want to see the prep work. I'll put that in the cards. And then every month you update your goals and things you want to accomplish. And it's the summer, so it's the summer refresh. I did not do the spring refresh, so they have you do a refresh spring, summer, and fall 3 times throughout the year, like quarterly. And no, thirdly? 3/4. It's 4. Every 4 months. So I did do that this time. I did not do it in the spring because I felt like I really didn't want to change anything in my goals. So I guess we'll go over June. My June Powersheets, which were kind of a bust, as you just saw, because I was just holding it up in your face there. So my original goals for the year, we'll start with that. So you, at the beginning of the year, make your list of your goals. You can have up to 8 goals. I had 7 goals. So my goals for the beginning of the year were take better care of my body, grow my YouTube channel, care for the home that I love, 40 days of travel because it's my 40th birthday this year, scrapbook and memory keep, embrace my runner truth, and make time for what moves me were my original goals. So these are the goals that were in mind when I was doing the June Powersheets. So we'll go over my tending list for June. It did not really, as you can probably see here, consistency was not really, I didn't even pick encouraging words because I was like, that's what I was like. But my monthly action items under the goal of 40 days of travel were to complete my August trip planning and book all of our lodging. I got about halfway through that. I have finished everything but the last day as of July. Okay, also, we're doing my July goals, and I'm filming it on July 30th because that's who I am as a person right now, and it's fine. And I have these massive plans to film August in 4 days, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Y'all, some days I'm hanging on by a string here. So next one was we're going to the Gorge over Labor Day weekend with friends to book our hotel in Seattle and coordinate our arrivals. I did coordinate our arrivals. I still don't have the Seattle hotel booked, and it's in a month, and I'm just overwhelmed with where to stay to maximize the shit that we want to do and picking people up. We did coordinate our arrivals. We're arriving in the morning on Wednesday. Michelle's arriving in the evening on Wednesday. John and April are arriving in the morning on Thursday. I know everybody's things. I can pick them up at the airport. We're good. I had 3 action items in June related to caring for the home that I love. One is finish the edging wall in my garden, which I've been working on. I made progress on it, but didn't finish it. Finish the cleanup of the leaves and the weeds from the fall. Made progress, didn't finish it. The garden's been on the back burner 2 summers in a row now, and I just don't know where my days go. I really don't. And then weed my memorial garden and veggie patch. Didn't even touch it. Didn't even get that far. And it just is what it is. So I had a goal for my scrapbook and memory keeping to complete at least 3 stories by the month spreads in my scrapbook. Didn't touch it. I completely abandoned all of the YouTube related action items, as you can see by this wonderful swath of blank space here. It's just, doesn't it feel just like starting fresh because I didn't do anything? I wanted to film a 2021 flip through, never did it. Wanted to edit and post all the overdue vlogs, never did it, so that's gonna get carried over. And I wanted to film one what I eat in a day video. I love those. I love seeing people eat and snack ideas and dinner ideas and things from that. And I was like, I should do one. Never happened. And then I hope to complete 10 hours of continuing education for my license renewal, which is due in like 3 months. And I didn't do it. Let's not even talk about weekly and daily action items because I have completely abandoned those in the year 2022. Like I just have. And I don't know. So my June wrap up. This is the page, the month in review, where you go through and you say all of the things that you were thinking about, working on, grateful for, all that. What or who I am most grateful for now. In the month of June, I said my shelter aunties because we hung out a lot. Danielle and I were spending like 4 days a week together. It was good stuff. My running coach, I did start working with a new running coach and that's been going very well. DJ John Michael from Peloton, because part of what my running coach has me doing is a 45-minute Peloton ride every Monday as cross training, and I have been hitting those live DJ rides pretty hard. I said my friends and their willingness to participate in goofy things with me. So we had our annual pub golf. It was back this year. It's a big event that we throw. It is, usually it's an 18 bar crawl. It starts at 7 a.m., goes until midnight. We've been doing it, this was the 6th year. We did half this year. We did a 9-hole because we were just like easing back into it after 2 years off from the pandemic. So, it went super duper well. Like the whole day was a big success. And like every time I was like, I have a silly idea. Let's take a funny picture. Like we always do pictures outside of each of the bars and you can see like how many people were in each one. And we try to do like funny themes and poses and everybody just goes along with me. And this year, I have to get the video edited and posted. We reenacted the classic scene from the movie Signs and it was perfection. And I cannot love my friends any more than I do. Like they're the best. And then I also put the Chariot of Chaos, which is the nickname we have for Danielle's car, because she likes to like come over and pick me up and then we drive together to wherever our destination is. And it's just, there's always too many dogs in the car and it's just, Chariot of Chaos is the best descriptor. Good things this month, I said pub golf. Stranger Things, we started back from the very beginning of Stranger Things and watched all the way through. And including on July 1st, I guess July 2nd is when we watched the final episodes for season 4. We had watched the first season and then never continued on after that. I think because the second season came out at the same time as the 3rd season of Twin Peaks. And so we just didn't continue on with that. But we watched the whole thing. We like binged it in a couple weeks and it was so good. And I just had so much fun. And then the first weekend of June, which was felt like the first weekend of summer, was like one of the best. I just finally edited the vlog from that and it was just one of the best weekends. It was perfect weather. It was like sunny but not too hot, so the mornings were chilly and the evenings were chilly and the daytime was just like sunny and pleasant. Went for a good run with my friends. We had the War Streets yard sale. We went to the First Friday event on the north side. We saw Rachel Ann Bovier's cabaret show. Danielle and I took the dogs down for a walk at the point. It was like all of these wonderful things all in that one weekend. And I just was like so happy. I was like, this is the most summer weekend ever. And it was good. Then the American Cancer Society Challenge, which is what Layla was doing. She was doing 30 dog walk miles in the month of June. Danielle signed us up for this. And so I gave Layla days off when I was walking my shelter dogs. But then she did a lot of the miles and I was really proud of her because she's not much of an athlete. What I read or listened to, the news. If you live in America, you know the Supreme Court tried to just run our June into the ground with a bunch of bullshit. And so that's all I'll say about that. Lots of Maintenance Phase, the podcast. That's like quickly becoming one of my favorite podcasts. I wish that they published more often. I did join their Patreon so I can get more episodes, but I just fucking love that podcast. You should definitely listen to it if you are into like wellness and the wellness industry and debunking the wellness industry. It's just, they're so funny and they're so smart and it's such good information. Also the pub golf soundtrack. So every year when we do pub golf, I make notes of what songs are playing when we're at the different bars, and then I make a Spotify playlist after the fact of all the songs that we heard during the day. So I was listening to that to get me like pumped up while I was making I also make these booklets for everybody to like write their notes, like what they drank, who they sat with, things that happened. They can write down what songs they saw, what they ate. And so while I was making those, I was listening to the pub golf soundtrack. Goals that are growing well this month, I said none. But I said, but I'll get there, because I believe in myself. Favorite memories from the month. the Chariot of Chaos and the dog walks. Pup golf. Sometimes there's like a lot of overlap between good things this month and favorite memories of this month. The first weekend, which I just talked about, and we did our annual July 4th photo shoot, and this year I was not feeling very July 4th-y, so instead we did tropical outfits. We take the dogs down to the point at sunset and we take pictures of them with the fountain and the city and the sunset, and it's like always a little bit chaotic. This year my mom was able to come with her dog Lily, and we had Danielle's dogs and Layla Grace. I think we had 6 dogs in total, and it was the most crazy one that we've ever done, but the pictures turned out beautiful and adorable, and it was just so nice. So that was a lot of fun. And then we went dancing at Diamond Life, and that was so good. It was one of those nights where I just was like, every single song is a song I want to hear, and I feel good. What's not working right now? My brain. It's not working. Okay, so in the month coming up, July, I am saying no to anxiety over my health. And then I wrote, haha, I wish. I was having some health issues at the beginning of July when I filled these out, so that's becomes a current theme for this. And I'm saying yes to believing that I'm okay and will continue to get better. I am better. Things are okay. We had a West Nile scare. We have some West Nile mosquitoes in Allegheny County, and I had a giant mosquito bite that didn't leave for 2 weeks, and then I had a random 2 days of massive skin aches and no other symptoms really, and some stomach, my stomach was not feeling great, but no other symptoms, nothing that would be COVID related. COVID tests were all negative, and so my doctor was like, I think it might be the West Nile, and I was like, but it wasn't, so we're good. But I had not gotten the blood work results when I filled this out, so keep that in mind. So we're gonna go to the quarterly refresh. I have to look at my timer to make sure it's okay. So the first thing that you do in your quarterly refresh, it is called a quarterly refresh. Biannually and biennially. Not good with those. Okay, your refresh. So they go through in the Powersheets each area of your life. So they are broken down into health and wellness, focal relationship. It used to be like spouse, but it could be parent, friend, family member, child, spouse, whatever. It can be any focal relationship. Friends, family, finances, work and learning, spiritual and personal growth, and recreation. And so you go through and you give yourself a rating on all of these items, and then what I do is I do positive and negative. So positive, things are good, negative, but I'm anxious that they won't be, for example. So I kind of am curious about my old, I thought I was going to go back and compare these when I did this, and I don't think that I did. So let's go back in time to the beginning of 2022 when we thought things are going to be baller this year. Things have been kind of baller, but they've also been anxious. And there's a lot of different things that have gone on this year. We've had a lot of ups and downs. Okay, so health and wellness for the summer quarter, I gave myself a 5. When I originally did this in January, I gave myself 4 because I've gone up and improved on my health and wellness. I said I keep feeling like I'm doing better, and then ... something. I gave myself 3 minus signs. Anxiety over my health, it's complicated and I hate it. And then 3 minus signs because my mental health over the earth in this country has not been good. It's really not been good. But other than that, I think I've been healthier, I've been eating better, and I've been taking time to stretch, and I've been sleeping better, and my body is feeling better than it was at the beginning of the year, so fingers crossed that continues. Focal relationship with husband. I chose husband. I could have written my previous in here, and I didn't follow the instructions. Anyway, I gave us a 7. In the winter, I gave us an 8. We've gone down a point. I said positive, +9. We're good. Negative, just tired and overstretched from work a lot. I think we're both our days are very full, and so we are not prioritizing we should go out on a last night we're let's go out to dinner to a place we've never been before and get some drinks. We're not doing that enough, and so that's why I gave it a minus sign. Friends, I gave us a 6 for the summer refresh. Back in the day, I gave us a 7. Oh God, why did I go down a point with my friends? Was I in a negative mood when I did this? I gave my health a better score. Okay, so I said positive, +9. Lots of people I connect with daily. I have a lot of friends, we text every day. That's nice. Negative, minus sign, I said I miss long runs and more social time because of schedule. Okay, that's fair. Because I've been traveling a lot, and so on my weekends off, I haven't been in town to run with my friends, and that's like one of my primary socializing things is going running with my friends. So, okay, yeah, that makes sense that would have gone down because I was running with them more in the winter than I have been in the summer. That's fair, that's fair. Family, I gave us an 8. Let's see what we said back in the day. An 8, we stayed consistent between January and July. Plus sign, Mom and I are planning a trip, woo! And then I gave like 1,000 minus signs and I said I miss my dad because that's always going to be a minus sign on here. I'm always going to miss my dad. Finances, I gave it a 9. I gave it a 6 in the winter, so that's good. Plus sign, I'm okay. Minus sign, what the fuck am I doing? Do you ever feel like there should have been a class in school that was like what to do when you were a grown-up and you didn't get that class, and so you're just like, I guess this is what grown-ups do, and you're just doing things and you're like, I think it's working. Yeah. Spiritual and personal growth, I gave it a 4. I'll tell you why. It was a 5 in the winter, so it's gone down a point. And I didn't put any plus signs, but I did put a minus sign that says, I haven't even been to the cemetery this summer. I've been through the cemetery. We're going on a cemetery hike tomorrow. But I think that is accurate. I have not been for cemetery time. I should go for cemetery time early in the day. Anyway, final one on here is recreation. I gave myself a 5. In the winter, I gave myself a 4, so I've gone up a point in recreation. I think that's because I've been traveling so much. Plus sign, I like the things that I'm doing. Minus sign, where does my time go? That's the thing. There's just not enough time for all the things that I want to do in my recreation time. I think I end up taking naps. I hate naps. Anybody else hate naps? They're like, I have to take them, but I hate them. Okay, next up, prep work, refresh. So this says, what's firing me up right now? If you recall from the original thing, what fires me up is like everybody's favorite spread. And I go like all out and I make it like fancy and I do like color schemes and I like center. And I put Dave Matthews in the middle and the desert at the top. Anyway, so this is not like that quite so much. There is sun coming in, so I can't tell if you can see me or not. So if you can't see me, I'm sorry. We're just on a budget today. Okay. It's much smaller. It's on a full page. And it says, let's briefly quiet the noise and give our minds a chance to rest and be restored. Laura Casey has her shit together in a way that I can only dream of. And so I try my best. So what's firing me up right now in the summer season? I almost put this in my face. Sunshine! I just want to be outside constantly. I want to run all the miles, sit in the sun like a lizard. That's always what I'm like, I need to go sun myself, please. I don't know why. That's what I relate to, is being a little lizard running around. And because I like the desert, and they like the desert. And when I see them, I'm like, my buddy, let's just go lay in the sun. I feel so motivated to do things, and then I feel paralyzed by anxiety. I get afraid to do the things I want to do because I'm in my brain. I feel like I was supposed to talk about positive stuff, and then I went down a hole as this continued on. So then I said, I'm so worried about the world, and it's also time for grief to pop up. It's about a year from when my dad passed away last year. My health is a little bit questionable, and it sets the whole track off in my mind. I want to lean into my best self and do the things that make me feel alive. So I kind of stayed on subject. Okay, now we're gonna keep moving forward, okay? So they ask some reflection items about your goals. What goal have you made the most progress on so far? And I said, caring for my home. I've done some lasting improvements, work in the garden. I've done some like decluttering stuff that has stuck. I've done a bunch of different things that have been maintenance. Like I did them once and then we just maintain them and it's working well. And I really have put a lot of work into the garden. It's more to do, but we'll get there. Which goal do you feel stuck on? And I said scrapbooking and memory keeping. It's the thing I want to work on the most, but it's the thing that requires the most like dedicated time. You can't just like, well, you could just like sneak it in here and there a little bit at a time, but it involves like taking out all your supplies, messing up your desk, and then having to put them back away right away. And so it's just setting aside the time for that is really the struggle. What's holding you back from moving forward? I said time, and I said it in all caps, and I underlined it twice. I said anxiety, depression, this is a time of grief. I said, okay, I'm trying to make out how I meant this. So anxiety and depression, this is a time of grief. And I said I need to be feeling fresh and having to give myself space for it, and I'm not doing that. What would have to change for you to move forward on this goal? I was a little bit ahead of that question. I was kind of on that one already. Being better organized with my time, not letting anxiety put me into a lengthy bout of doom scrolling and disassociating, because that's my specialty right now. I'm doing a lot of that. What might happen if you did move forward, and what might happen if you didn't? Moving forward will make me happy. Staying stuck will add to my anxiety. So from there, we refresh our goals. You can keep the same goals, you can keep none of the same goals, you can keep some of the same goals. I kept some, and I changed things around a little bit. So first up, take better care of my body. That one's stuck. That one's with me for the rest of my life because I know I'm never gonna get it right. Second up, I kept the scrapbook of memory, kept that in there because, as I said, that's like the thing I want to work on the most and the thing that I work on the least. Previously, I had as my goal, I had grow my YouTube channel, and I have really gotten behind, and I haven't been taking time for that. Where does my time go? Where? So I changed the phrasing of it, and I made it reestablish my YouTube channel, which means get caught up and then get back into a posting routine. I was doing so well posting Mondays or Tuesdays and Thursdays for so long, and then I had on my original one about running, embrace my runner truth. So coming off of the fall and winter, running and I had a relationship, and it was complicated. That's the best way to describe it. I was having a lot of pressure at work, and work was causing me to not balance my running, and running has always been like that thing that I have in my life that helps me stay grounded and I look forward to, and it's a de-stressor, and it's like not a relaxing, I mean, it's running, it's physical activity, but like a refreshing kind of thing for me. Like, you know, I can't count the number of times I've been like at work having a really bad day, and I know I have a run that night, and I'm like, I just can't wait to get out there and run. And then like you feel better, you know, runner's high and endorphins, that's all, well, it's not real for everybody, I guess, but it's real for me. So that was my goal, is to like, for the first 2 quarters, kind of rebuild my relationship with running and heal my relationship with running and get back into a place where it's something that I look forward to and enjoy. And I think I've done pretty well with that. I think I'm in a much better mindset with running. I'm having less FOMO about distance. Like I would get like, oh my God, I'm not doing enough distance. And I still get that a little bit, but I'm like, this is not the time. This is the rebuilding year. This is the work on the other stuff year. And then you can build your distance again after that. So what I did, I changed it instead of embrace my runner truth, because I feel like I'm getting back into that, to be specifically the goal of train for the Indianapolis Marathon, which is the first weekend in November. That's my fall race. I'm doing the Indianapolis Marathon, and his husband and my 15th anniversary, and that, well, not the day of, like our anniversary is the 3rd and the race I think is the 5th or 6th. So that's our romantic 15th anniversary weekend. Indianapolis. Anyway, he's the best. He was like, yeah, we'll go. I said, do you want to go to Indianapolis for our anniversary? And he's like, what ultra are you running? And I was like, it's not an ultra. And he's like, it's a fucking marathon then. Which one is it? 15 years he knows me. So 40 days of travel, obviously kept that. That's going strong through the end of 2022. And then I've added in spend time in nature as a goal. That's the color for my spiritual. I always use orange for my spiritual and personal growth things, because orange is the color of druids in World of Warcraft, and I am a druid. And so like anytime it comes to that kind of stuff, I use orange as my color. So spend time in nature. Like I said, I haven't been prioritizing the things that I love, like trail running and going into the cemetery. I did go to the desert this year. Like I've done stuff this year, but like my day-to-day things, I haven't been doing. And then finally, I added on here a goal of complete my license renewal, because my license is coming due on September 30th, and I have to finish all of my CEs and get ready and renew my license. So those are my new goals going into the summer quarter of 2022. I did The things that I took off of my original goal were care for the home I love. I think I've been doing pretty well and I'm getting into a routine and maybe I don't need to say it out loud with that one. And then obviously I changed a couple of them. And then I did take off make time for what moves me, which seems like not a good thing because I should be prioritizing that. But I feel like I incorporated that in spending time in nature, training for my race, reestablishing my YouTube channel, and doing my scrapbook and memory keeping. I think all of those things are related to make time for what moves me, and maybe we'll reevaluate in the fall, refresh, and focus on that differently. Okay, so now we break those goals down, and what kinds of things are we going to be doing for each goal in this quarter. For my take better care of my body goal breakdown, I said keep working on my macros and trackers. I'm doing a diet break for 2 or 3 weeks in the month of August, and I wrote limit social media so my brain is better. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. It's been a struggle that I've tried many times. I don't know. For scrapbook and memory keeping, I put in here 100 or more photo edits daily to try to get caught up. Keep up with my stories by the month calendar page. I have a journal a planner that I'm using, and I'm writing down the things each day that we do, so that way I can be like, when I go back to the scrapbooking, oh right, that's right, these were these days. Scrapbook 2 hours a day, July 27th through 31st. I mean, it was a nice goal. Proud of myself for making it. Edit a video a day and post starting 7/16. I don't want to give spoilers away because you're going to be hearing about this on August 2nd. Make a plan in my content planner about how to get caught up on my YouTube. Next, related to my running goal, run 3 to 4 times a week, follow my plan, and strength train. Strength training is probably my weakest point in cross training. For my 40 days of travel, this quarter, my travel plans are Harper's Ferry, Aztec Island, the road trip with my mom, and then the gorge trip over Labor Day weekend. For spending time in nature, I wrote cemetery, keep working in the garden, maybe have dinner outside. We had dinner outside last night. It was so nice. It was such a perfect night. It was not hot. It was amazing. And then complete my license renewal, complete all of my CE by August 31st. That has to be done. I put it on here because I know I have to do it. So, preparing for July. Important to-dos for this month, we're donating blood. Layla had a vet appointment. I had to get an oil change. I wrote, I'm excited for travel, dinner with friends. We had friends over 2 weekends in a row. Getting caught up on my YouTube, and then the dogs attended a scavenger hunt, which was a lot of fun. Sit on my mind, my health, and the country, and I said I'm hopeful that it'll turn out to be okay. My anxiety will improve, and we'll have good weather when we go visit the ponies, and we did have good weather. Oh, I gave a spoiler. Okay. Today, we talk about July's tending list at the end of July. So I didn't fill anything out. So as soon as this video is over, I'm going to fill stuff out. Yeah. All right. My encouraging words, I try to use song lyrics. I usually use Dave Matthews. This is not song lyrics, this is a Dave quote. The world's a pretty horrible place full of miracles, which is one of my favorite quotes, and it just felt really appropriate because I feel like everything around us is like so shitty, and I'm trying so hard to like keep my spirits up and do good things to help me enjoy my life. So I thought that was a very appropriate quote for this month. My priority was photos. I have a lot of work I'm doing on photos. So I did separate everything pretty well by category. So I had 4 things, I had 3 things under my 40 days of travel goal. One is to our Harper's Ferry trip over the weekend of the 4th, Aztec Island trip with my friend, that was in the middle of the month, and then finish the Gorge hotel and car reservations, and finish all the August road trip hotels. So check back in to see if that happened. For spend time in nature, I put a gardening goal to finish the edging in the garden. I keep working on it little by little, but I want to finish that and have that done. That's the biggest part of my garden this year. Related to my goal of completing my license renewal for the year, I wanted to get 15 CE courses done in July and 15 CE courses done in August, and then I would be totally on time. I have 2 goals on here related to reestablishing my YouTube channel. The first is to post 9 vlogs because I was that far behind, and to post 3 Plan With Me's because I am that far behind. Plus I'm filming other Plan With Me's, plus I'm filming this, and I need to edit this. It's a lot. It's a lot to work on, but I wrote it in the calendar. I wrote days and plans. We'll see how that goes. And finally, I had three action items related to my goal of scrapbook and memory keep. 10 hours of scrapbooking, which I outlined that I was going to do 2 hours a day for 5 days. Complete all of my 2021 DSLR photos and back up and take them off the camera card before we go on our road trip, so I have space on my camera card. So I still was not done with all of our 2021 photos, so that is like, that should have been done, but it's not. So anyway, and then stories by the month. I really wanted to do that June weekend that I was talking about that was like the perfect summer weekend. I really wanted to do that in my stories by the month scrapbook. I did some weekly action items on here. One was to visit the cemetery. I did strength training twice a week, which I'm supposed to be doing in my running plan. Complete my weekly workouts. She gives me 7 days a week. I get different things. Some that's like cross training, like I can go for a walk. It's like not intense 7 days of workouts, but. And then my daily action items were to do my wellness log and to edit 100 or more photos. So, leave you hanging. Which of these will be done? I am in the final 2 days. I have the rest of today, and I have until midnight tomorrow. Can stuff happen? So anyway, that's my power sheets for the month of July and my quarterly refresh for the summer. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I'm going to try to get back on track with posting these at the beginning of the month, and I'm going to try to get back on track with following these things. I have to figure out where the time's going. Do you know where the time is going? Have we been sucked into an alternate universe where the time just kind of goes a little faster? Like maybe 60 minutes is actually like 43 minutes in this new world, and they're just not telling us because they shortened it? Did you ever think about that? I think about this stuff all the time because I can't fucking figure out where my day goes. So, gonna keep moving forward, feeling optimistic still, feeling shitty about the world, optimistic about my ability to take care of myself and know the things that I need and want and be able to do and carry through on those things. So that's my month. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you are new here. And as always, please take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And I will see you in my next video.